Clearly, Madhav, it's quite clear that the BJP cadre there extremely enthused by the Prime Minister's appearance. Now, viewers, we haven't still seen Rahul Gandhi or any of the Congress's top leaders address their party workers at the headquarters, because let's not forget, viewers, that the Congress has been able to redeem itself in Himachal Pradesh today. At the end of a verdict, at the end of verdict day, there is always a winner and a loser. And so it happens that the results from the assembly elections, viewers, in Gujarat and Himachal couldn't be more opposite in nature. In one state, there is an emphatic victory. And in the other is a workman's victory, grafted on the back of wafer-thin margins. I'll come to all of that. But viewers, let's focus on Gujarat. In Gujarat, the BJP, as the statistics now on your screen that I'm going to show you will bear out, the BJP has not just smashed the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. The BJP 156 out of 182 potential seats. It can only have got a maximum of 182, but look at where it is, 156. This is astounding for many reasons, and I'll get into that. The Congress 17, the AAP 5, the others 4. The scale of this victory astounds because, viewers, it is unparalleled except for once in history. Indeed, viewers, at least for the next 2 decades, no one is going to be able to challenge the durability of the BJP's record in Gujarat. It has in fact equaled the left's record in West Bengal. If you remember, viewers, the left was known as a electioneering machine. It was so well oiled. I remember Jai Mrug making a reference to this phrase at around 1 o'clock today, viewers. Today, the BJP rivals that juggernaut, that well-oiled machine.
Gold standard.
The gold standard. Jai's piped up and said, gold standard. Now, viewers, the BJP not only equaling the left's record, but looks on the basis of this victory to perhaps outstrip it in the near future. Holding on to power now for conservatively 3 decades, barring 1 year in the 90s. It's important to note that the BJP has increased its vote share by 3.5%, at 52.5%, viewers, 3.5% more than 2017. What does that tell you? And it rarely happens. When a party has been in power for so long, to actually have an incumbency advantage in its favor. Jai, I want you to come in on this. Yeah. An incumbency advantage after almost 3 decades in power. How does that happen?
Well, I think there is a lot of work, as the Prime Minister just spoke, he used a Sanskrit phrase, charai veti, keep moving, keep moving. I can just expand it a little bit. It should be keep moving, keep innovating, right? The BJP took some of the biggest risks this time. I mean, replacing 42% of your MLAs in the outgoing assembly. Out of 113, 48 were replaced, right? Replacing an entire cabinet. Working on a completely different way of defending the policies of the government. For example, on one hand, you had Mr. Kejriwal promising free electricity. He said in most of his rallies, don't look at that. I will turn you into an electricity entrepreneur. You will be able to make solar cells.
That's a big risk, isn't it? Someone is doling out, freebies, and you are saying, actually, we won't do that because that is not what we are about. Now, that's very, very important. I'm coming back to you. I'm not opening this up for debate right now, because I'm setting up this debate. Because then I'm going to see how the panelists begin to waffle. I delight in that. So I'm waiting for that moment. But I'm going to establish my case. But I'm going to establish my case, viewers, with facts, undisputable facts, because I'm tired of people spinning half-truths. And we need to cut through this once and for all. Mr. Modi also made a reference to that towards the end of his speech, but more on that a little later. Let me tell you, viewers, in 2017, the Congress ran the BJP very close. Rahul Gandhi popped up and said right after that this was a moral victory. He said it was a moral victory. That's what he said. 77 seats the Congress got. It had a vote share of about 42 almost. The BJP looked a bit shaky. But where is the Congress today? So BJP has, in the last 5 years, won back the people. Now, is it because of its performance? People like Jay might say yes. The BJP might say yes. They will show you a huge number of statistics, etc. But viewers, let me tell you, very few in the Lachans ecosystem will admit to this. In fact, the refrain has been, even today, that the BJP won because, you see, it was working in tandem. With whom? With its B team, the Aam Aadmi Party, to sabotage the Congress. Viewers, the claim is bogus. It's rubbish. Absolute bogus. The AAP and the Congress's vote share combined is 13% less. I'll show you that vote share. Let's go back to that vote share. 13% less than that of the BJP. Yeah. So the BJP was actually competing it with itself, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Jay. Now, this entire theory of one particular party having triangulated the contest and then having delivered a victory to another holds if the lead party is somewhere at 35 or 40%. Now your lead party is at 52.5%.
Yeah.
So basically it actually means it's a one-horse race. It was a one-horse contest. Rahul, just another very technically important point in comparing to the left. The left's great victory, its swan song in 2006, when it had a complete landslide in West Bengal, was based on absolutely doubtful, absolutely controversial turnout percentages in the assembly seats.
Yeah.
Many of the assembly seats had a 95% turnout. This victory of the BJP is based on quite the reverse. It is actually based on turnouts dropping and fears that their own people were sitting at home. So, in a way, the BJP actually had an Agni Pariksha.
Agni Pariksha. This is what Prime Minister Modi said just about 45 minutes ago. Listen in, viewers. And then we're going to go into a further analysis of what happened in Himachal Pradesh. This is not just, a paean to the BJP. We're going to be very objective tonight. We're going to look at every aspect, and then we're going to ask some very piercing questions. Now, listen to this, viewers. This is what the Prime Minister said.
कि युवाओं ने हमारे काम को जांचा, परखा और उस पर भरोसा किया है। इसका मतलब ये है कि युवा भाजपा की विकास वाली राजनीति चाहते हैं। इसका मतलब है कि युवा ना तो जातिवाद के बहकावे में आते हैं, न परिवारवाद के। युवाओं का दिल सिर्फ विजन और विकास से जीत सकते हैं और भाजपा में विजन भी है और विकास के प्रति प्रतिबद्धता भी है।
Viewers, the Modi model is based on, as the Prime Minister describes it, vision and vikas. In Gujarat, it worked very well. It ran away with the contest in Gujarat, that is the BJP, but it will be aware that in Himachal Pradesh, the Congress resurrected itself from really the dead, so to speak, and wrested the contest as well as the state from the Bharatiya Janata Party. It snatched victory in a very improbable manner. The defeat to the Congress will sting the Bharatiya Janata Party the most, and in particular National President J.P. Nadda the most, because he happens to be a satrap from that state. The contest may have been tight, but the Congress has done enough to pull ahead of the BJP. There might be only margins, 1%, 1,000 votes here, 1,000 votes there, but it's enough. And at the end of the day, it's going to go down as a victory. The Prime Minister says, oh, it was a wafer-thin contest, etc. But clearly, internal bickering cost the BJP. The BJP was up against its own party in various different ways, and the Modi factor could not galvanize the voters and make them overlook, ignore this schism in the party, and that's going to really hurt. Just look at the figures there. 43% was the vote share, 43.6 for the Congress, so it was only 0.6% more. But the Congress, that translated into a lot many more seats for the Congress, the others, the AAP at 1.1%, viewers. But viewers, as I said, the BJP and the Congress are entitled to bask in the glory of their victories today. But can you believe what happened? The thunder was stolen by the Aam Aadmi Party. If you heard Kejriwal, you would think that the AAP has won this election. Listen to Kejriwal as he thanks the people of Gujarat for bestowing upon the AAP the honor of enabling it to claim the status of a national party. In fact, Kejriwal's reaction follows from his own colleague Sanjay Singh, who said yesterday, viewers, and he boasted that the AAP has now become the national alternative to the BJP, and it's the Kejriwal model that can only exclusively match the Modi model. Now, it does take some real self-belief to make this claim. But first, listen to the claims. This is Kejriwal and this is Sanjay Singh. Listen in, viewers.
सबसे पहले सभी आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को, सभी देशवासियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई। आपकी आम आदमी पार्टी आज राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बन गई है। गुजरात के लोगों ने आम आदमी पार्टी को राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बना दिया है। जितने वोट गुजरात में आम आदमी पार्टी को मिले हैं, उनके हिसाब से कानूनन अब आम आदमी पार्टी राष्ट्रीय पार्टी बन गई है। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है।
एक दिल्ली की सबसे छोटी पार्टी मानने जाने वाली, जिसको ये कहते थे, उस पार्टी ने हराया, और साथ ही साथ अब ये तय हो गया कि पूरे देश में नरेंद्र मोदी जी के खिलाफ एक ही विकल्प है, अरविंद केजरीवाल। पूरे देश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी का एक ही विकल्प है, आम आदमी पार्टी।
So, viewers, has the AAP actually emerged as a national alternative over the last few days? Now, in my hand are statistics, hard facts, viewers. On India Upfront, we only deal in hard facts. And there's a whole list of contests that the AAP has fought over the last few years. Viewers, except for one state, and that is Goa, where it has 6.8% of the vote share. In almost every other state, barring Uttarakhand in 2017, not in 2022, in 2017, the AAP has 0 or less than 0% of the vote share. And I'm talking about a plethora of states. And let's just break it down for you, viewers. Concentrate on your screen and I'll take you through some of these statistics that we have put together. Look at Gujarat, for instance, where Mr. Kejriwal is busy thanking the voters. In Gujarat, viewers, Gopal Italia, the AAP Gujarat president, finished, defeated. He's there with Mr. Maan, the Punjab chief minister. Kejriwal himself said, IB has told me we are winning, and I will give you a guarantee in writing. And he held up a piece of paper that 3 of his leading lights would win. 2 have lost. Gopal Italia and Isuddin Ghadwi, AAP chief ministerial face, Kambalia, out, finished, lost. AAP stars which fizzled in 2022 Himachal Assembly polls, where they've got 1% of the vote. Rajan Sushant, ex-BJP MP, Fatehpur, lost. Manish Thakur defected from the Congress, contested from Paunta Sahib, lost. Harmail Dhiman, BJP SC Morcha president, Kasoli, also lost. All 3 big burning bright stars of the AAP gone. Let's also remind you of AAP's performance in their own fortress in Delhi civic polls, where they managed to wrest the MCD. Their vote share shrunk compared to the 2020 elections, assembly elections. The numbers also are up there on your screens, viewers. 10-12% down. They even failed to defend their VIP constituencies. AAP hit a wall in Delhi. BJP wins all 3 wards in Shakur Basti. Why is this significant? Because Satyendra Jain's constituency, viewers, he's a minister, jail minister. 3 out of 4 wards in Patparganj. This is Sisodia's constituency. Loses 3 out of 4 wards. All 4 wards in Najafgarh. This is Kailash Gehlot's seat. AAP loses all 3 wards in Okhla. Why should this matter? It's Amanatullah Khan's seat. So even the minorities desert it. AAP loses all 3 wards in Kalkaji. Very important because this is Atishi Marlena's seat. Very close to Kejriwal. AAP loses all 5 wards in Mustafabad. Again, Haji Yunus's seat. Let's also remind you of AAP's performance in Uttarakhand polls. Let's rewind the clock a little bit. Held in February earlier this year, they failed to open their account despite fielding candidates in all 70 seats. Look at the numbers, viewers. AAP, seat conversion 0%, vote share 3.3%. Even AAP's chief ministerial face, Ajay Kothiyal, lost from Gangotri. Viewers, pay attention to this. Adding insult to injury, months after the result, Kothiyal even defected to the BJP. I'll tell you, a lot of those voters who voted for the AAP in Gujarat will not stand by the party. You can take it from me in writing. Let's move on. Goa elections. This is the breakout party. Goa elections, Kejriwal promised 10 lakhs benefit over 5 years if you vote for the AAP. Seat conversion 5.1%. Viewers, 5%. Its vote share 6.8%. AAP stars which fizzled in Goa, Rahul Mahambre, AAP Goa convener Mapusa lost, Amit Palekar, AAP chief minister's face lost, Santa Cruz. In Uttar Pradesh, 0% seat conversion, 0.3% vote conversion, vote share. Viewers, it goes on. In Gorakhpur urban, Vijay Kumar Srivastav lost to the chief minister Yogi Adityanath. Faisal Khan from Rampur lost. Rakesh Pandey, Varanasi, Kant lost. Shiv Pratap Singh, Itawa, Yogesh Dahiya, Saharanpur all lost. They were supposed to be the people who were going to be the torchbearers for the AAP in the state. In Punjab, let's look at Punjab. Vote share, viewers. Chief Minister Bhagwant's own bastion, there was a by-poll. In Sangrur by-poll, AAP's Gurmail Singh lost Sangrur, Chief Minister's own bastion. This has just happened a few months ago after the election there, where they came to power, where they swept to power. It's the only other state outside of Delhi where they have done well, and there are a variety of other reasons. So let's open this up, viewers. We've set up the entire debate now. We're going to look at this from different points of view, and I want to start by asking a fundamental question. Is there today no durable alternative to the Modi model? Remember, in Bihar, a by-poll up against the entire Mahagathbandhan, as Nadda called it, the BJP wins. In Rampur, for the first time, viewers, ever, a BJP candidate wins, and that too, for the first time, a Hindu is winning from Rampur. Not that that should matter, but I will just explain to you how, because of the influence of Pasmanda Muslims, you actually had an outcome that favored the BJP. So let me open this up. And let me ask some questions. Dr. Ranganathan, today, as you see it, yes, there has been a setback for the BJP. You can call it a wafer-thin setback, etc. But look at the larger picture as I've detailed it for you. Is there no durable alternative to the Modi model as you see it? Durable is the operative word.
Good evening, Rahul. Look, there are 3 or 4 things that I think one can put on the table. One is, I don't think one should look at finding an alternative to the Modi model, because if there is something that I have come to believe over the last 8 years, it is that Modi model is a pro-India, pro-development model. Now, why should anyone look for an alternative to a pro-development model? It's as simple as that. I mean, if the Modi model was casteist, like many regional parties in Uttar Pradesh, if it was divisive, like many in Bengal or down south on linguistic basis, so many so forth, then yes, you could have or you should have an alternative. But if your model is saying that I am going to build you so many millions of toilets, I'm going to give you so much of health insurance, I'm going to give you free cylinders, I'm going to give you this, whatever, why should there be an alternative to something that's good? Yes, there are problems in it, and I think if you allow me a minute, I would like to discuss, because he did mention a lot of things in his speech. Now, there are many good things. First of all, congratulations to him. He's worked really hard for this victory in Gujarat, and to BJP as well. But There are a few things that were good, and may I please disagree with those who are comparing BJP's victory in Gujarat to that of left in Bengal, because there really is no comparison. I mean, the left destroyed Bengals in 30 years. BJP is, if it relinquishes Gujarat after 30 odd years, it's going to leave Gujarat as a very
even
prosperous.
the statistical metrics were doubtful. That's what
and
I'm
those
saying.
were times of booth capturing. We've lived through it, and
Those
so many other
metrics were
things.
doubtful in themselves.
And political killings that left itself admitted,
I
thousands,
think most
tens of
people are
thousands.
talking about the duration there.
Duration, yeah. So the other thing that is good is the tremendous adaptability. It's almost like Darwinian that BJP adapts. And, Jay mentioned 42% were new MLAs. I think that's fantastic because they're not giving time. If you're not delivering, you're out. And I think that's great. BJP is working like a corporation. Now, the not so good and the bad things, and I'm only saying this on today, I apologize to the BJP supporters because today is a good day for you guys. But the Prime Minister anointed me and all of us as chowkidars as well. So it is our duty. So I'm a bit put off by this Congress-like sycophantic adulation that happened just now, Modi Zindabad, Modi. That's not required. The other thing, 3 or 4 things that when Mr. Modi said that we are a party that makes tough decisions. Well, we've all seen how he repealed the farm laws that were supposed to be tough decisions, or the Land Acquisition Act. So that's other thing. When he says we are a party not of dynasty, we're fighting dynasty, well, there are currently the 94 BJP MPs and MLAs that are dynast. And finally, when he talks of freebies and he talked of that proverb, Amdani Athanni Kharcha Rupaiya, BJP is a party that is giving as many freebies as any other party, and I have the data to challenge it on, giving 2,000 per month to all women, for example, family heads in Uttarakhand, or for example, electricity, BJP 125 units per month free to all in Himachal, or for election promise for senior citizens, BJP was offering free pilgrimage to Jerusalem for Nagaland senior citizens. What can be more freebies than that? So every party...
And electric scooters.
Every party is doing it. So, there are some bad things, some good things, of course, as a politician, is full of hypocrisy and double standards. But I think the good things today, at least I would like to say, in Gujarat at least, because of its adaptability and this Modi model, which is a pro-development model, I don't think any sensible Indian should find an alternative to this model.
Okay, Huda Zariawala, and I'm also going to bring in now Rajyavardhan Rathore, Member of Parliament and National Spokesperson of the BJP. Huda Zariawala, political analyst and AAP sympathizer, is here with us. Let me first get you to respond to this question that I've posed. Why? Huda Zariawala, let me ask you very straight off, and it's a question that I'm opening without any slant. It's a simple question. Why should we, on the back of what Dr. Ranganathan has said, aspire towards any other model when the Modi model is working just fine?
Okay, good evening. I can go on and on about how corrupt the BJP is and how India seriously needs a serious contender, somebody who can absolutely replace the BJP. I would start by quoting few examples. I can quote multiple more, but please hear me out on this one and allow me certain time over here. I'll start with the PM Fund case, which was supposed to be a public fund. And then all of a sudden, no auditing was done. So where did all that money go? What about all the mishappenings during the time of the COVID? I mean, this country saw lack of oxygen beds, people dying in scores. For God's sake, there were bodies in, Ganga Maiya mein lashe beh rahi thi. Where was BJP all that time? Campaigning in Bengal.
Now, why should she
please allow me time.
Yeah.
All your PSUs, all your, the likes of the Air India, GAIL, BHAIL, SAIL, it has all, where these, PSUs built by the BJP. I mean, probably the only, the only monument that the BJP can truly take credit is the Statue of Unity. That is about it. I mean, what has the BJP seriously done in the past couple of years for the Janta of India, wherever it is in power? The budget is in serious losses. There has been absolutely no new development, even in Gujarat.
Okay.
I am a Gujarati. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay, one second.
There has been no development model. There is no such thing as Gujarat development model.
You're saying it's done nothing, and therefore it needs to be changed. Okay, let me get Rajyavardhan Rathore. You made at least 4 interventions. one on PM Care, one on O2, COVID, etc., one on PSUs, this, that, the other, selling the family silver, this, that, the other.
Just to name a few. Just to name a few.
We've done that. Now, you know, you can sit here for 25 minutes and you can recount everything that Mr. Kejriwal says. The point is, are the people buying it? That's a separate question, and I'll ask that later. But let me go across to Rajyavardhan Rathore. There is a need for a new model because yours is not working, says the AAP spokesperson. How do you respond to her?
Well, I was listening to her right now, and it seems like a verbatim production of Western propaganda. So I'm not surprised where this is coming from. All these issues which the lady is speaking here have all been answered thoroughly in detail in those times. And in fact, COVID was the time when India, despite being a developing nation, we did far better than... no, please don't speak when I didn't disturb you at all. Just have the courtesy to listen. So during the COVID, India, despite being a developing nation, we were far better than developed nation. Of course, we all suffered, families suffered, but then this was all new to the entire world. Coming back, 18 states have BJP government. The people of 18 states, they have a reason to elect Bharatiya Janata Party, and we are repeating our governments. That's a special case where people have seen our performance and then are putting us back in power to serve the people. So we have a proven test record. We are the only ones who actually have a vision for the country ahead. We are competing with other countries. We are ensuring that despite the disruption in the supply lines, we are ensuring our industries and our supply chains are maintained. We are ensuring that India becomes self-reliant. Now, of course, for all the ills that the Congress has done for last many decades, everything cannot be done in a jiffy. So we are on our way. Prime Minister Modi has already said that we've just begun, but we've begun very strong. And people believe in us.
He's saying that there is verifiable
such propaganda on the national network.
Verifiable data, says Rajyavardhan Rathore. Very quickly, Jay, you know, you've traveled through Gujarat. Why have the people voted back BJP? Is it sentimentalism, or is it actually there has been vikas on the ground and they appreciate it? It's been a tough time. It is, of course, a very mercantile state. So obviously, it would have been looking very closely at the economic management of the Modi government. But, what is it?
You know, if I were to describe it in one sentence, Rahul, I would say it's a bond of trust and credibility. You know, everybody can come and make all sorts of promises. But when, you know, we went to a farmland, we talked to somebody who's just, you know, plucking fresh cotton. He had a cotton field. And he said, you know, no, it's Bhajpa. Okay, we know things may be slow, but these are things, they are working. The roads are far better now. The water supply is there all the time. There were people in areas who complained that the Narmada water had not reached them. Yet, had not reached them was an issue. It mattered for them in the election. But they said, you know, as far as trust and credibility is concerned, okay, it's BJP. I think that summarizes the entire support
Was that
base.
true also in Himachal, you think? Because the wafer-thin margin suggests that the public was confused. Clearly.
Absolutely. No. I just plucked out the Himachal data, Rahul.
Yeah.
There are still about 9 seats which have been won. I mean, they are no longer leads. They are settled. They are won. They are less than 1,000 votes, of which 5 are with the Congress and 4 are with the BJP. So you see, it is still absolutely that wafer-thin margin which has deprived them of a simple majority.
So the party that says that it can provide an alternative model is the Aam Aadmi Party. And in Himachal Pradesh, which was by all accounts, Dr. Raman, that is, an election to win. Because as you know, historically the state does throughout the incumbent, and it has been doing so since 85 at the very least. The AAP should have been able to convince and win. But guess what? AAP candidates lost their deposits in all 67 seats they contested in Himachal Pradesh. Dr. Raman, why then is this talk about the Kejriwal model? Is it a mere creation of Lutyens' fantasies, or is it really an observable phenomenon on the ground, this Kejriwal model?
Yeah, first of all, Rahul, very clearly the AAP did sort of walked out of Himachal when they saw that the response wasn't very good to their campaign.
Why?
And
Why was it not
because
good?
they rightly or wrongly felt that they were getting a better response in Gujarat. and they threw, everything.
But obviously they didn't.
on.
They didn't get a better response.
Now you'll have to give me a minute to point out something very, very interesting, which has not been put out so far.
Okay.
Now we talk about the BJP's vote share having gone up in this election, and it's a pro-incumbency vote. You do a deep dive into this result and these numbers, Rahul, and there's something fascinating which comes out. The BJP has actually polled less percentage of votes in the majority of constituencies vis-a-vis last time. What has happened is it has polled a humongous number of votes in 30 to 40 constituencies, something like 75%, 80%, and that has pulled up this vote share to 52%. Now, what I would like Jay to do is to come out and say the number of constituencies where the BJP won with 40% vote share. There are, I think, about 8 or 9 constituencies they won with less than 40%. Second, very, very importantly,
but they won,
and I know 1 minute, they won it,
no.
sir. No, what I'm trying to say
is... overall percentage is only 50%.
I'll answer
70. Overall percentage.
Okay, he'll answer you.
I'm not quibbling. The BJP has won a humongous victory and we have to give it to them. The point I'm trying to make is the argument that this is a pro-incumbency vote. It is. In Ahmedabad, it is. In Vadodara, it is. In Surat, it is. And in Rajkot,
tell me
it is.
one seat. Tell me one seat where. And I think Jay,
one very important point.
This out.
The combined vote of Aam Aadmi Party plus Congress is higher than the BJP's vote polled. I was counting and I reached somewhere around 25 versus
40% versus 40% versus,
but it would not have been 150.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't have changed the result, viewers.
It wouldn't
Fundamentally, we must understand this, Jay.
But 105,
Jay's coming in with the data. Jay's coming in with the data.
Let me give that when BJP won the 2014 election with 31% of the votes, you're saying that 69% people did not.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if you're calling it a pro-incumbency vote,
let's also forget, viewers, let's also not forget that the turnout itself was low.
Okay.
Turnout itself was low.
Now, I'll actually
give you...
I
said, 50%.
No, wait. What you have to do is, you have to look at the big picture and comparative. See, even in simple machine learning and statistics, there's always a benchmark, a reference against which you do. No, let me complete. This skew that you're referring to, the huge lumping of votes in urban areas, I know you're referring to, vis-a-vis in the spread in the rural areas. That has existed as a pattern right since 2002.
Yes, it did. But
no. So the pattern remains.
The pattern remains.
Rahul, 65%, 68%.
We are talking about a government. No, we are talking about a government, a party.
Tomorrow you will say in Muslim majority areas, the voting percentage of BJP is less.
I'm just pointing out that this 52%
Dr. Raman, will you concede? Will you concede? Will you then concede? Will you then concede? No, hang on. One second.
Dr. Raman failed in his postmortem.
Let's.
The reason being... wrong. Raman, you're wrong.
Sir,
the reason being...
My question was... Excuse me. 1 minute. How many seats? The answer is very simple. The answer is very simple. Is the Kejriwal model standing up to the Modi model?
No.
Let me, viewers, let me take you through these numbers. We'll go by all these numbers in just a few minutes. But I just want to come straight to you. In fights where the Kejriwal model was pit against the BJP, how many seats did the AAP pull from the BJP? 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 35? How many?
2 in Saurashtra, 1 in South Gujarat, 3, maybe 1 in Central. So it wouldn't be more than 4.
It wouldn't be more than 4. The AAP has got 5 seats in total as of right now. Viewers, just think about it. In Delhi, it's pulled a lot more seats in the MCD elections from the BJP. You can therefore then see that from a challenger, it has actually become a contender and from there a victor. But here it isn't. And let me tell you, viewers, when there have been straight-off contests where the AAP is supposed to be favored, let me talk you through this. Goa, for example. The vote share for the AAP is 6.3%, seats won 0. This is 2017. In Goa, 2022, seats won 2, 6.8% is the vote share. There, the Congress and the BJP were also in the equation, just like in Gujarat. Hasn't fared well. Gujarat, of course, I've already told you, viewers, you know the answer to that. Haryana, 2019, seats contested 46, 0.48%, seats won 0. This is the AAP. Himachal Pradesh, 67, 0, 1.1%. Jharkhand, 2020, seats contested 26, seats won 0. Vote share, 0.2%. Again, viewers, at best, in Jharkhand, a three-cornered contest. At best. Karnataka, 28 contested, 0.1% is the vote share. And it goes on and on. Madhya Pradesh, 200 seats contested, seats won 0, vote share 0.6%. Why is the AAP contesting so many seats? Because it wants desperately to become a national party. The BSP also for a while became a national party. Today, I don't think it exists in a way that would make people confident of its durability. Ravi Srivastava, I want to ask you, where is the Kejriwal model? Apart from half a state that you complained is only half a state and Punjab. Can you answer this question? Why is it constantly being rejected? Orissa, Meghalaya, Rajasthan, Telangana in 2014, 2018, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, West Bengal. Why?
Rahul, first of all, you cannot sell a model to people in one shot. It is to be experienced by the people. It is to be seen by the people. It is to be acknowledged by the people what is happening. What I find seriously faulted Modi model is that it supports
Sir, Mr. Maan campaigned saying that the Punjab Kejriwal model is the model for economic recovery. He took it to Gujarat. Can you imagine a chief minister abandons an old state? Let me bring in Tehseen Poonawalla, no fan of the BJP. Let me ask you, the Kejriwal model is the most sustainable model.
Thank you very much.
It is the most durable alternative to the Modi model. Would you say that?
I would rather say that the devil will do a better job at preaching the scriptures, or the shaitan would do a better job in preaching the holy book than say the Aam Aadmi model is a durable model. Let's take at their flagship state, which is the state of Delhi.
It's a 10-year-old party. Kejriwal says, look how we've grown. The Congress doesn't stand a chance against us.
Let me quote Galib, dil ko khush karne ke liye. Galib ye khayal, Kejriwal ji ye khayal acha hai. Let's look at Delhi, which is their flagship model. What do they have in Delhi? They have ministers in jail getting massages. Their economic model that they speak about in Delhi, which they say that their budget is in a positive. Actually, it is the union government that bears the cost for the police, for various other functions. Therefore, they don't have to spend on it. The one model that they said was the Pachala model. They delivered Madhushala. So they've done nothing that can prove to be a way forward for the country. What the Aam Aadmi Party does, and I call it Aapka Paap, is simply this. It enters into a contest and it becomes an irritant. Now, I agree to an extent with what Dr. Suman is saying. What the Aam Aadmi Party managed to do in Gujarat, to an extent, is demoralize not just the anti-BJP votes, it also demoralized the Congress card. And I'm not blaming the Aam Aadmi Party that they have all the rights to contest. Thereby, ensuring that the voter turnout was low, spoiling the elections for themselves, and helping the BJP reach this victory.
So I'm asking you a question. Look, you're a big fan of, and a part of this Lutyens Fantastis.
I am not a fan of Lutyens at all, please, sir.
I am part of them. You have
I'm a
always
simple
said
man.
that you are. And you have come out and defended that entire tribe many times on Twitter, and I can just take you through your own Twitter in 10 minutes. But nonetheless, we don't have the time for that. I'm asking you, is it an observable phenomena on the ground? Is the Kejriwal model an observable phenomena on the ground? Very simple, direct question.
Its failure is.
Its failure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Its failure. Observable failure on the ground.
It's completely observable. And they are anarchists.
Mr.
And they are dangerous.
Mr. Srivastava, even in Delhi, Mr. Srivastava, the Congress vote share has increased by up to 8% in the municipal elections at the cost of the AAP. The voters are going back to the Congress. Forget about the BJP. How do you answer? These are statistics.
And minority
You were just comparing before the show started that AAP lost some 11% vote share compared to the municipal election last time.
Yeah, no.
Can you compare
no, the assembly
loss
election?
suffered by the
Assembly
BJP from
election
the
to the municipal election.
Lok Sabha
They gained in
election?
municipal.
Sir, they
Have you
gained in
compared it?
municipal. Don't misquote me. Listen,
Yeah, that's
don't
what I'm
misquote
saying.
me.
You could have compared
Srivastava ji.
the parliament election also with the BJP's performance. You did not.
Why would you do that?
That's what I'm
Completely got
saying
this
is
wrong.
that you are making wrong
You see, this is the
comparison.
fudging that
The
Anand and I are
model
talking about.
Is the
This is
proven
exactly
model
the fudging that we are talking
as far as Delhi
about.
is concerned.
What do you mean fudging?
I mean,
don't
you
want to
very
allow
clearly
me to speak,
compared
then how can I
one set of
express?
data that was reliable to another set of data, the assembly elections and the municipal elections. He now goes on to say the Lok Sabha, the previous corporation elections. How is it even logically possible?
How is it even logically possible? I'm comparing apples to apples very quickly.
Rahul,
Very
one
quickly.
second.
Yes,
Rahul,
sir. 2
Rahul,
seconds.
your number crunching, you have done
Then
it.
don't
Yeah.
compare.
What politics you have to talk about today? The message of Gujarati people to the nation and also
I'll come
Prime
to that.
Minister's
I'll
speech.
come to that
One
in
second,
second.
1 second.
Yes.
These two are very important. Number crunching is also important, but at the same time, Mr. Modi's today the Thanksgiving is warning to the regional parties like BMK, KCR, Nitish Kumar, like that.
It's a
Because
warning,
it's-
he says, because the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar gets trounced, the Samajwadi Party out of
Rampur.
Yes, loses Rampur, wins Mainpuri, which was supposed to be a canter really for the Samajwadi Party because of its dynastic affiliations with that. The BJP loses the third to the RLD, if I'm not mistaken, in Uttar Pradesh. The Congress gets back 2 by-elections, one in Rajasthan and one in Chhattisgarh. But in both cases, viewers, let's look at the quality of those victories. In Rajasthan, the sympathies of the constituents there were very much with the wife, if I'm not mistaken, of the candidate who passed away. So there was an entrenched sort of sympathy wave that came through. Maybe it's not a fair comparison right now, but I just want to go straight back and bring in the gentleman from the Samajwadi Party, Samir Singh. Samir Singh ji, the BJP seems to be in a position where it is challenging a whole set of forces arrayed against it. Look at Bihar. Forget about Samajwadi Party for a moment. Look at Bihar. This is not good for the opposition going into 2024. I want to bring in Rajyavardhan Rathore right against Samir Singh. Yes, Samir Singh, National Spokesperson, Samajwadi Party. How do you respond?
Rahul, first of all, coming to the original question of the debate, is there today no durable alternative to Modi's development model? I think the better question, in fact, rather than my question, would be, is there today no durable alternative to a development model? So both questions have equal amount of takers and both questions are very different. Nobody is looking for a model other than a pro-development model. But saying that the Modi's development model is the only development model, I think during the debate and over the course of these eight years, we've seen ample amount of cases, we've seen incidents, we've seen policies that have completely broken the notion and the volatile situation of a country today. We see whether it's in rising inflation, whether there's unemployment, or the shambles the economy is in, or if we talk about the dipping INR in comparison to the USD, all these things prove that the Modi's model is anything pro-development. And if we come to see various states, like 18 states have the BJP government right now. But if we see in totality, we are running into 2024, 9 states are going into elections. Out of those, 5 are major big states that are going into elections. And apart from that, if you talk about today, Gujarat, the BJP has won perfectly well and has.
I'm not understanding the point you're making. What's the specific point?
But
you're saying it's a model that is not creating prosperity. It is not a development model. So why are people sticking to it and not voting out the BJP in its states? And even where the vote turns, why is it by such wafer thin?
I'm coming to that.
Yeah, please answer the question,
I'm coming
sir.
to that. Rahul, I'm coming to that. The reason I was developing this background story was that if BJP is in power in 18 states, 9 of them are going into elections in the next
So
year.
why haven't you won
And
Rampur?
if you see the
Let me
current
ask you a simple
situation,
question.
like, they
The
just
one
lost-
test of your
they
mettle
just-
was
they just
Rampur.
lost-
Why didn't you win it?
Okay,
The Bastion one was expecting you to win.
That debate will take another turn.
Oh,
Rahul.
it'll take another turn, will it?
I don't think we should bring Rampur right now because I
So
would
why,
not.
why shouldn't we bring
Well,
Rampur?
I'm just
That
giving
was
you a
your
very quick
that
example
was a
that.
test for you
32%,
to prove that you are
32%,
making up.
32%.
No, against the BJP.
32%
I had.
vote.
Well, let me bring in
It's not
Rajyavardhan
too far.
Rathore. Let me bring in Dr. Ranganathan. Dr. Ranganathan, you wanted to make a quick point
Yes,
before I bring in
just
Mr.
very quick.
Rajyavardhan Rathore. Yes.
He's right. The SP spokesperson is right to the extent that he says, let's not look at someone's model, let's look at development model. And
Yes.
he's right. But the point I made initially was that Modi's model is development model. And if you want to look at Gujarat, why they have won such a thumping majority, sweeping majority. The reason for that is you look at the development that has happened, just forget in the last 5 years, in the last 20 years, you look at health, you look at, you were talking about unemployment. Do you know that Gujarat has only...
I disagree. On health, they are the worst. On health, I got to go back to on health. Gujarat is the worst indicators. The worst indicators. The worst indicators. Among all the states.
You can respond. It's his view. What do you mean you're sorry about his
Then
view?
why
He's not sorry
157?
about
Why
his view.
157?
One second. His view. Please let him
First of all,
finish. You can
Tessie,
come
on
back.
Health, now, you're a good friend and you read as well, not only write. From 2014, I have written 3 articles on why Gujarat's health is flailing. Authoritative article. Why this Gujarat model does not, unfortunately, include the development on the health indices. But in the last 4 years that I have studied the health indicators, they have had a tremendous improvement in Gujarat. So maybe what? No, please let me finish. Let him finish. Please let me finish. The alternative.
I respect
You
your
can
point of view.
respond, sir.
Sure, I
No
agree,
point.
but it's
Let
a
him at
healthy
least make
debate.
his point.
It's a day to celebrate democracy. So
Yes,
we
yes.
just
I agree with
respectfully
you.
disagree.
And
Niti
One of the
Aayog does not
results
agree
of
with it.
democracy
No,
is
one
to allow
second.
one person to
Now
speak
you
and
are
then you
I'm just
respond.
getting one line in.
Now you are again wrong when you say Niti Aayog does not agree with. Niti Aayog has improved the rank of Gujarat from number 7 to number 6.
6, correct.
So you are wrong in saying Niti Aayog. Now please let me finish. Please let me finish. You look at the IMR, you look at the MMR, you look at from 60 it has reduced to 23. MMR today has come out with, Gujarat has got excellent figures in terms of reduction.
May
You
I
look
ask
at
you
all
one
of that.
question? Yes,
No,
or
no, I
Which
want to
state
come.
has the highest
Because I wanted
anemic
to
women
reply.
in the country, the big state? Just answer that question.
As I said, Gujarat's health, I have written more than anybody else. I will forward you those articles. You please check
Is
those
the
articles.
Honorable Prime Minister
On
not responsible for
tuberculosis,
that?
on malaria, on anemia, on Gujarat's health has been traditionally flailing. This is where I traditionally disagreed with Mr. Bhagwati, who said that between Amartya Sen and the Gujarat model and I forget which model was Amartya Sen trumpeting, but he said Gujarat model. I said no, you cannot have economic growth without growth in health indicators.
So health it's traditionally failing, but economy where it was traditionally rising, credit goes to
can
Modi.
I give you the
can't
data?
choose
Do
one
you
and
look
not
at,
choose the
no,
other.
Can you look at the data in terms of the number of projects that have gone to, when you're talking of development, Gujarat leads every other state. In terms of unemployment, Gujarat has the least unemployment compared to, for example, Rajasthan. When you look at the Samajwadi Party spokes saying we need development model, is his development model based on just socialism alone? A welfare state where you have only socialism generating wealth? We know socialism cannot generate wealth.
Let me bring in Rajyavardhan Rathore on this point.
Is
Gujarat versus the other
his
states.
Okay, one second.
Other large
based
states.
on archaic agricultural model where you repeal the farm laws when you support the farm laws?
Who repealed it?
Rajyavardhan
Honorable Prime
Rathore.
Minister?
How does
Gentlemen,
criticize him?
Rajyavardhan Rathore comes in. Rajyavardhan Rathore, the question that we are constantly suddenly posed out of the blue is that there are deficiencies. Of course, there are deficiencies in every model. How is it that the voters are not picking someone else to do the job that your government is failing to do? Can you explain that?
So, yeah, Rahul, I've been listening to the debate that's been going on. Somebody was talking about the development model. So, what is Prime Minister Modi's development model? Is basically, he says government must become a catalyst towards development rather than red tapeism, what used to exist earlier. Government must actively be a participant and a catalyst to development. The second thing is that empowering people, and especially the people in the last line, they have to be empowered so that they contribute contribute towards nation building. And lastly is community participation, that in every scheme, whatever there is, everybody needs to participate. Now, Prime Minister himself says, you know, we live in a dynamic world and therefore we are constantly evolving. Prime Minister himself says that please contribute positively towards making our policies better. But imagine, why imagine? Just go into the past record and see what happens in the parliament. The opposition parties which are there, they do not debate in parliament. They do not let the parliament function. They go onto the street and listen to their own voices there. So there is no debate happening in the country. Now, this is where opposition needs to participate. Now, what is happening in Rajasthan? For the last 4 years, Rajasthan has now become #1 in rape cases in the entire country, a state which used to be so peaceful for ladies. So everything, wherever other political parties are coming into power, rather than demonstrating a workable development model, they are only looking after their
no, but by your logic, then in Rajasthan, the BJP should have won this by-election. By your logic, I'll apply the same logic that I'm applying to others. So, by your logic, the BJP should have won that by-election.
Come on, you.
Okay.
No. So listen.
Yeah.
Yes, fine. No, so listen to me for that.
Yeah.
For 7 terms, there's been the same person who's been winning elections in that seat, Sardar Shahar seat, and therefore now there is only 1 year left. There is nothing going to change in 1 year, and so his son received a sympathy vote. But is he going to win in 2023? That's the question. People know nothing's going to happen in the next 1 year.
Okay, so very quickly, sympathy vote came.
Yes.
Let's not. It's a different sort of paradigm.
I have a lot of respect for the honourable MP. I have a lot of respect. Yes, I'm answering that.
Why is it that the model that is being pushed by Rahul Gandhi or the model that is being pushed by Kejriwal is not capturing the mind of the voter in the mind, even in Delhi in the municipal elections?
But that's not true, and I respectfully disagree with the honourable MP. In Himachal, where it was a direct fight between the Prime Minister and Srimati Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, where the honourable Prime Minister said, do not even know the name of your candidates, vote for me, the Prime Minister has been defeated. If Gujarat is a victory to him, he's been defeated in Himachal. I'm not going to vote percentage. He has. And the Congress gave a model. You may agree or disagree with the model.
Has it gotten, in fact, an endorsement from the public?
No, but it did win. It did win. It did win.
Bankrupt the state on
As I'm saying.
You may agree or disagree. It had a model. And I think that model is a good model.
Very quickly.
And I think
Dr. Raman, very quickly.
Is the Prime Minister giving electrical scooters not bankrupting the state?
Okay, Mr. Rathore, quick response, Mr. Rathore, to Tehseen Poonawalla. Quick response, sir.
Yes. I understand what Tehseen is saying, but if you go into the details of what happened in Himachal, it is the victory in Himachal to Congress is not an endorsement of their policies, because there is no policy there. Now, the slogans that have been, the manifesto that has been given, will you even be able to implement it? See, the same slogans and same manifesto or a similar manifesto was given to the people in Rajasthan, but they have not been able to implement it.
Yeah.
See, you need a financial model to be able to give out all the freebies that you've been promising. That's the issue, number one. Number two is that it's not Congress that won on its policies, but perhaps because of a lot of rebels, BJP lost there. And we lost with less than 1% margin. Now, so therein, of course, Congress has won, undoubtedly. But when you claim that Congress has won because of its policies, you are wrong there. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, so it wasn't a vote in the favor. I just want to say, viewers, a model is only as good as the endorsement it gets from the public. Otherwise, it remains a thesis on paper. Doctor, very quickly. Yes.
Rahul, my point is very simple.
Very simple.
If the Congress's policies were not accepted or were not the reason why they won Himachal, then the much touted Gujarat model is not the reason. My simple take is it is a charisma of one man that has won this election for the BJP. One very quick point.
Yeah.
Tell me one criteria.
But what makes the man charismatic?
On which Gujarat
does he have some
above
No,
the
no.
rest
Does
of
he
the
have
developed
some?
states.
Does he have
That's what I
some?
want.
Does he have, to paraphrase a very eloquent politician, nitrogen gas that allows him to make a lot of friends amongst all of us? Is that all?
No, but
Is there no other way
Only
in
one
which that
parameter,
particular
and I'll
leader
ask that
who is
one
winning
parameter.
election after election for his party touches our lives? Viewers, I'll leave it to you to think.
Neither of them tell me.
As I said, a model is only as good
parameter on which
as the
we are
endorsement
getting
it gets.
ahead of the
I'll just leave it at this. I'll leave it at this. A model is only as good as the endorsement it gets from the public. Otherwise, it remains a fantastic idea on paper. Viewers, if you disagree, think about why. Do let me know. Tweet me. Interact with Times Now. Let us know if in any way the logic is flawed. I leave it at this. The news are coming up.